Hi guys, welcome back. It's day 12. I've been cracking on with my step 4. I've got most of the written work done now, so I'll just go through that with my sponsor tomorrow or the day after, hopefully. And then I think there's a little bit more written work to do, and then it'll be on to step 5, fingers crossed. I've just been to a meeting tonight, a really good meeting, as 99.9% of them are. So I'm going to give you a brief explanation of what you can expect if you go to a meeting, or what the basic premise of a meeting is, what goes on there, and that type of thing. So there's 2 types of meetings. You have an open meeting for anyone. You can bring your family along, or people researching to work in that type of field. And you have a closed meeting, which is just for addicts or alcoholics. Most meetings are a share format, which is where someone will come along and share their story. You also have big book studies as well, where you'll go through the book together, and there's 12 traditions meetings where you'll go through and study the 12 traditions. But the majority are share meetings where, like I say, someone comes along and they will share their story with you. A lot of meetings are in churches and church halls. Don't let this put you off. It's just renting the rooms are really cheap, so you find a lot of them are in them type of places. So what can you expect from your first meeting? Well, you go in and you'll usually be warmly greeted, and people come up to themselves, shake your hand, introduce themselves, and ask you a little bit about yourself. It's very informal and very warm. Your first meeting is usually a good one. If you find your first meeting isn't up to what you expect, make sure you go to a few others, because more than likely you'll find others that you like a bit more, and then you can cherry pick your favourite meetings really, and just go to the ones that you really do like. So you'll all sit down after getting a coffee. There's usually a lady there, or a man, serving tea and coffee. There'll be biscuits and cakes on a birthday. So you sit down. It's very punctual. They run very much on time. So on the hour it'll start. Usually you'll have a little bell to announce the start of the meeting. From there, the chair at the top. You'll have a table with, at the far end of the room, with a chair and the sharer that evening. And usually the people in attendance will sit either in a circle or rows facing towards. So the chair will start the meeting. Usually you'll start with a few moments silence for the still suffering alcoholics in and out of the rooms. After that you'll get the preamble, which is a little explanation of the fellowship, followed by a reading, how it works, and sometimes a reading from the big book. From there they'll pass a pot around, and you can contribute a little bit of change if you've got any, usually just 50p or £1 if you've got it, but you really don't have to. The chair then will explain a little bit about, it's usually on the subject of the first drink, the importance of not touching the first drink. He'll explain a little bit about his experience, and then he'll hand it over to the main sharer for the evening, who for half the meeting will share their story of their addiction or alcoholism. At the end of that, you'll have a little break halfway through. Most meetings are an hour and a half, so 45 minutes in, you'll have a break for 10 minutes, cigarettes, get a drink, coffee, tea, then you resume the meeting. And the second half, the people in attendance get to share back. Usually when you share back, you'll thank the group servants, people for the tea, you thank the people for the readings, you thank the chair for chairing, and then you thank the sharer, and you try and relate your experiences back to them. You don't have to share back. I think it's polite to share back and to at least say thank you to the person for coming along and sharing that evening. So you'll go around like that until towards the end of the meeting. Some meetings will have little medals to give you for sobriety. So it's clean time countdown in some fellowships, and certain meetings will give you these. So you get it for 24 hours, a month, 2 months, right up to 12 months I think, and then you get the years up to 12 years, and anyone celebrating a birthday in that week will also get a little medal. And then you usually finish up with the sharer will give a little brief summary for a couple of minutes, and then after that you usually stand in a circle, hold hands and recite the Serenity Prayer together, and that's the end of it. But meetings are an integral part of sobriety, especially in the fellowship. When I first came along, I stayed sober and clean for about 3 months just off the meetings. I wasn't working the programme, so I kind of fell off and ended up relapsing. But now I'm working this programme, I'm going to the meetings, I'm connecting with the people in recovery, calling them up every day, I'm doing my prayers. These are all vital cornerstones to your sobriety, and doing each of them, meditation as well, ensuring you do each of these really does give you a particular strength, especially in the early days. So yeah, that's about it really. Hopefully we'll be back tomorrow with more word on my step 4. So I'm going to leave it there. I'll see you later. Take care.
지나간 정말 정말 대답하는 나의 축하를 정직한